This is POC Nurse. Let's answer a CCRN question. Question: which of the following is an advantage of SIMV over assist control for long-term ventilation? The answers are A. Decreased work of breathing. B. Greater sedation requirement. C. Encourages respiratory muscle use. D. Increases risk of respiratory alkalosis. And the answer is C. Encourages respiratory muscle use. Why is this correct? Well, SIMV encourages respiratory muscle use because the patient is able to spontaneously breathe on their own. So when they do this, they are making use of their respiratory muscles, which they can then strengthen over time. The answer A, decreased work of breathing, is incorrect. Um, ACVC reduces the work of breathing for the patient because the ventilator does all the work. So, therefore, the patient does not have to breathe spontaneously on their own, which means that their respiratory muscles may start wasting away. So, the answer A, decreased work of breathing, is wrong. The answer B, greater sedation requirement, is also incorrect. When a patient is on SIMV, they require less sedation so that they are able to pull in those breaths on their own. But when the patient is on assist control, they usually require more sedation so that they can be compliant with the ventilator and let the ventilator do all the breathing for them. The answer D is also not correct. Increases risk of respiratory alkalosis. So, assist control poses a greater risk for respiratory alkalosis. Why is this the case? When the patient, if assuming the patient gets tachypneic, on assist control mode, the ventilator will provide a full tidal volume that is set on the machine every time the patient takes a breath. So the patient is tachypneic, they're getting these big breaths and they're also blowing it off. So they're blowing off CO2, which can put them at a high risk for respiratory alkalosis. SIMV, on the other hand, only provides a set amount of breaths with a set amount of tidal volume. Anything above that, the patient will pull in the volume that they can pull in by themselves. So if the patient is on SIMV mode and it is set to 12 breaths at a tidal volume of 350, once the patient pulls 12 breaths, they will get a tidal volume of 350 with each breath. Any breath above 12 will not be supported by the ventilator. The patient will pull in those breaths by themselves. So, therefore, the patient is not getting a set amount of tidal volume. The tidal volume the patient pulls in will vary from breath to breath, therefore, reducing the patient's risk of getting respiratory alkalosis should they become tachypneic. All right. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.